We were able to
Would anybody like to give a quick recap of last session, though?
I can. Unless if any of you would like to.
No, I was gonna call somebody out to do it, so I didn't have to. So you go for it.
And Connor likes giving the recaps, but I want to try to give him a pass this time. And he's eating. So last session, fake Clara and Kai kind of got warped into the town square where everyone else was already gathered, and immediately saw Krenko. So we initiated a chase of Krenko, and it lasted all of not even a full 6 seconds before we had him cornered.
Them command spells really break chase rules.
Yeah. So we cornered him and interrogated him for quite a while. And he eventually, with the help of the other goblin that was there, whose name I forget, between the two of them, we got a lot of information about where Clara is, which is with her blood mother, whose name I have written down somewhere.
Hekara.
In a mansion that is pretty nearby. And they happen to be holding a festival for their returning son, who just got back from a big conquest of what we don't know. But they're holding a big celebration, and we decided that we are going to use that as our way to get in under the guise of being performers, with the performers that Tavro wowed right near where we got Krenko. And then we made our way to the mansion, and we are scoping it out before the party, hopefully, so that we can try to see what's going on before everything actually goes down.
One quick thing to add is that you also went to the forge of Azoth.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. We did go to the Forge of Azoth, where Fawks had unfinished business relating to Partip, who, as a payment for scrying for us many moons ago, by many moons I mean probably like one. And we were able to track him down, found out that Azoth was actually a Demir agent, and Escher, trying to make sure that he was a Demir agent and someone we could trust, made it so that Azoth thought that we were not Demir agents and we were not people to be trusted. But eventually we did get the message delivered to Azoth, and did we get anything else out of it? No.
He said in the future, if you wanted to come back, he runs the best forge in all of Winlot.
Yes. But I think with how we left things, we didn't want to ask him for anything as we were leaving.
He also made it clear that those things would not be as favors, they would be as things you could purchase.
Yeah, we can buy his services.
Exactly.
And then we went to the mansion.
I think that's pretty much everything. So with that, hi Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Now,
Buddy.
as you make your way up to the mansion, along with the Grim Jesters.
Before we start,
go ahead.
Before we start, there's one thing I should point out. I don't know if there's supposed to be. I have no map on this page. It is just blank background.
I have a map.
Yeah, I'll say you
come back in.
Let me delete your token and put it back on and see if that changes anything. Now can you see?
No, there's a little, I can see everything. I can see all the tokens and stuff. There is no background image for me on this page.
Why don't you try refreshing?
I mean, I will. but don't expect me to move for a little bit because I just loaded in, like right now.
It might not just be loaded on your browser.
Yeah, that's fine if you take a moment. I'm just glad that this isn't another all of the walls disappeared, the map disappeared, fuck me.
Yeah, those
Anyway,
are rough.
hello anyone watching the stream. This is how we always start.
They
Who
know.
would be watching this stream besides Justin?
Mark.
Brian
Oh.
watching it back?
I guess. Yeah, okay.
Mark.
Alright.
Add the dab.
Suppose it could be Brian. I didn't take that into account. Then again, somebody else who is also routinely here.
Alright, but as you approach the mansion, it is...
Still no background.
Cool. Asher, you get to use your imagination.
Feet are
Great.
blind. Yeah.
Right now you find yourself... You know what? You can watch the stream and see exactly what the party sees.
Is it streaming right now?
That's how streaming works.
Give me a second.
But you find yourself on kind of a lush path up a mountainous hill, with the Grim Jesters troop, kind of like following right behind you, and Tavro's back talking with them mostly. And like it seems that they're kind of making plans for how they're gonna get in, but it's starting to get pretty late at night when you finally like get to the top and reach the entrance to the mansion. And as you approach, you see like two people standing guard right outside of the mansion gates, and they kind of look like they're both women. They have extremely pale skin, and they are like in like pretty like finely clad like Rakdos colors suits, and they are just standing guard next to the gated entrance to the mansion.
Well, we going for it?
Well, has the party begun? We were going in with the performers, were we not?
I see a door. I see two guards. We could just try asking.
No harm.
All right.
So,
who would like to go ask?
yeah, we'll approach the guards as Fawks. Let me know when to not move.
As long as you're outside of the mansion, don't clip yourself into the mansion, and you're fine.
I'm just gonna, like, before leaving, I'll just turn around and say, Taro, you mind making sure that troop is not in range? And then just, like, sort of push him away towards the others as I approach forward.
Sure, and he'll kind of like chat with the troop before they all approach and just distract them a little bit, talking about strategy for performances and stuff. And as you approach, one of the guards speaks up and goes, "Welcome to Hekara's mansion. What business have you here?"
Hi, yes, I'm here to visit a friend.
"What friend? Do you have an appointment?"
No, unfortunately, I was not able to reach out ahead of time. You see, apparently, my friend's blood mother lives here.
"And who is your friend?"
Clara Phillips.
And they kind of like give a glance to each other and they go, "Festivities are to begin tomorrow. You are welcome to join us in the morning."
What time is it now?
It's getting pretty late. Like it's dusk. So like
Okay.
probably like 7-ish p.m.
And I'll just look to Fox and say, like, they did say it was either going to be today or tomorrow. We didn't know a time. I think that's as much information as we needed.
You are welcome to camp outside of the mansion for the night, but no unscheduled visitors are to attend until the festivities begin tomorrow.
Would Clara perchance be able to come visit us outside if she wished to?
That is not my place to say.
I'll whisper and say, can always send it her. If she's able to come out, she will. If she's not, might as well wait for the performance tomorrow. This is really not a crowd I want to be on the bad side of, especially with everything going on.
Nope. All right, so let me see. How many words do I have?
I believe you have 20 words if you're using sending.
25 words.
Oh.
One.
Clara, the party is outside the front gate of the mansion if you would like to come see us.
Is that the message you're going to send?
I was just giving a suggestion. Connor is planning.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
And how much can I respond with?
25 words.
Yeah, the
Same
same
length,
amount.
so you get 25 words back.
Okay, so as she receives that message, she's just like to herself. Like, this isn't her. Do I have to respond right away, or can I respond?
You can think about your response, but this is coming in like pretty much immediately after what we went over before the session.
So she's still in the room with them?
Like, they just stepped out is basically, like, you could catch them in the halls right now if you wanted.
Okay, but like, am I allowed to like go ask them and then respond to Fawks, or do I have to respond to Fawks as my first thing? I don't know how sending works.
Let me look up the spell. I think you have to respond pretty quick.
Because like, she would go try to catch Hekara and ask her if she can go out to see her friends.
It says in a like manner immediately.
Immediately, yeah. So out of character, you can think about it, but it does have to be like, even if
Okay.
they were in the room with you, you wouldn't be able to ask them first.
Okay, so she would just respond. Clara would just respond, Mr. Fox! I'll try to come outside and don't worry, I'm not in danger.
Fox is just gonna nod, look over at Kai and say, well, he's gonna try, and apparently she's not in danger.
Do you get tone of voice or just the words? Like, do you hear her voice?
I will say that it is a verbal message. It is just telepathy for 25 words. So you can get inflections and things like that.
Okay, like, I was basically asking, like, obviously I heard the voice, but Kai did not. So, did it sound like she actually wasn't in danger, or do you believe her? Or do you not believe her?
The realm of things that would be able to intercept my command and tell what's happening is limited. This might be a powerful mage. I think it's more of a case of if she can't come out, then we should start being worried.
Fair enough.
Clara would like to go run down the hallway after Hekara.
Sure. And you kind of like throw open the door just a few moments after she steps out. And she just like turns around and looks at you and goes, "Yes?"
Mom, my friends are here. Can they come inside and come to the party tomorrow?
Your friends from the 10th district?
Yeah, remember the ones I was telling you about? Mr. Fawks and Mr. Kai and Mr. Gideon? And she just keeps like I assume Hekara just like shushes her as she's like naming off all of them.
And as you say that, Formith kind of looks down at you and goes, "Kai, you said that one has a draconic spirit, correct?"
He sure does.
And they look at each other,
Sorry.
and Hekara just goes, "Well, I think we should go greet our esteemed guests."
Yay! I'm so happy they're safe. I was really worried of them being out there all alone with everything happening. They're really nice, I promise.
Alright, so, give me a second.
Did you see what I put in the chat?
It's Clara. What do you expect? She just says whatever the fuck's in her brain.
No, it makes sense, but also, Kai's gonna die.
What's
Just like
Clara's
when Clara just
intelligence
told
again?
everyone we were Demir, like, out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. And you were like, shut up.
This is like your 18 intelligence character, right? Something like that? Almost genius level intellect?
Oh yeah, it's an
Okay.
artificer.
Yeah,
Not
it makes
wise.
sense.
Intelligent was nice.
Yeah, charisma and wisdom are what?
Low. You see, she's very book smart, but the whole street smarts are not her forte.
You
She's a
keep
little
saying that you're book
too-
smart, but you also keep saying that you don't know how to read.
Shush. Yeah, she has an 8 in charisma and 11 in wisdom, so you know.
I mean, she might just be like super book smart, but like is almost too enthusiastic to tell people just how much she knows.
Alright, so after that response of "I'm not in danger," after, say, 3 or 4 minutes, Kai, I need you to give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Alright, I'm just like back talking with Escher and Gideon here, and I will roll that. Not bad.
And you just hear, like, directly in your mind, as has happened a few times with Meralathia before, but now it's almost as if, like, before it was like someone on your shoulder whispering into your ear. Now it is as if you were just like a second voice in your head speaking to you. It goes, "We need to run. We need to run now."
Yes. What is it? Am I able to respond in my head?
Yes, yeah. You can respond in your head if you like.
Yeah, I'll attempt to, and I guess see that it's worked.
I thought we were the first ones to come back. I was wrong. The Igniter is coming. He will consume us.
Oh.
The ignite. Another dragon?
Yes.
Ah, shit. So I'm gonna tell the rest of the party, just I don't think it's hidden at this point, especially after the whole exchange with what's his
Sprouted
name?
wings.
Well, especially after I literally got dragon blood and everyone could see Maralethea discussing drinking the dragon blood. I'm just gonna tell everyone. Maralethea says there's something called the Igniter coming, another dragon. I don't think it's safe to be here.
And around this time, Clara,
It's
you,
Clara.
Gormith, and Hekara make your way to the front gates of the mansion. Hekara kind of flicks her wrist and they fly open. And as the three of you make your way out towards the entrance.
Please don't say roll initiative.
No.
Surprise, Clara's in the igniter now.
Brian's here.
It's me.
Oh, hi, Brian.
Hey.
I wasn't sure if you were going to make it, so we started without you.
No, that's totally fair. I still have stuff to do, but I think I can at least like listen in on Bluetooth and stuff
Cool. Well,
for a
just
while.
quick
we can always
recap.
do our
They
own
made
if
it
you
to the
need.
mansion. Clara, they sent a message to Clara through sending, and apparently Clara's about to come out the front door.
Along with Gormith and Hekara.
Yeah, along with apparently a
That's an
dragon.
important note.
Ah,
Um,
I think I'll stay sitting down at my computer for a minute then.
Actually, I think I just realized this is a like portcullis gate, so you should be able to see through it. So
Thanks, open.
you all see
Uh.
as
Oh,
you all see kind of as like these doors back here fly open, and you see a small goblin wearing her overalls, and you just see the tint of a hot pink bodysuit underneath, kind of flanked on both sides, one by a like heavily tattooed woman with flowing red hair, and on the other side what looks to be a like extremely tall, like around the same height as Tavro, standing around like 7 feet tall, tiefling with splatches of red scales all over his body. And they begin
Ooh.
to approach the gate. And Clara, as you see Fawks standing, talking to two guards at the front of the gate, what would you like to do?
Well, Clara would immediately see Kai and run to Kai right past Fawks. If she's allowed to.
Yeah, like, you are able to just run out. They don't stop you.
I could just picture Clara, like, seeing like Fawks in front of the gates, and he's like, "Oh, hello, Clara," and she's like, "Move, bitch!" and like pushes him out of the way.
Hi, Mr. Kai! Oh my gosh, you're safe!
And yeah, I'll like just I guess embrace the moment and be like, I think we're more concerned that you're safe.
Of course I am. Look where I am! And she like points up at the big mansion.
That was exactly my fear.
No, it's been so good. Like come here. I have to tell you all about it. So you see, I woke up, and she actually wants you all to like come closer when she says that.
Oh, okay.
Well, so okay, ready? So I woke up and I was in this really fancy mansion and I had these really soft robes on. And then I got lots of snacks, which are way better than the snacks they have wherever the heck we used to get snacks. And then I learned I have a mom, another mom. I have a lot of moms. And then I got to find out I have 2 siblings. I have a sister and a brother. But even the coolest part, guess what? I'm a princess.
You're a princess of what?
Well, apparently of Rakdos. So like I'm like in line to be in charge of Rakdos apparently. Isn't that cool? Oh, Also, I'm a witch because I have these cool powers that I didn't know about until I got here. Like, watch this. And then she grabs the dagger off of her her belt, slices a huge gash up her arm, turns around and casts burning hands into the tree next to her.
Oh goodness. Those are some interesting powers you have there, Clara.
I know Kai wears goggles most of the time. But if you could picture like the Tom and Jerry like eyes coming completely out of their sockets, that is what's happening.
Pretty cool.
Clara, I think it's pretty acceptable for you to know that you could not do that.
What?
Also, Kai, as like the gate opens, you just hear in your head again, the one with the sword, that's Daragaz.
Who?
Alright, goddamn, I have to write this down. My journal. I need to
And
stop writing things down in 2 different places.
as you're all kind of reveling in the fact that Clara's just here, apparently safe, can slice her hand open to cast burning hands, and just immolate the tree next to her, the red-haired woman kind of like takes the first step out of the gate and goes, "Well, I take it you were all Clara's party mates back in the 10th district? She's spoken highly of you all. I'm honored to have such esteemed guests who have taken care of my daughter so long. Please, come in."
Greetings. Hekara, I presume.
Indeed.
Kai is standing like within 5 feet of Clara as we walk. Like keeping extra sure that she is still close.
You must all be quite resourceful. The announcement that she was here wasn't supposed to come out until tomorrow. I'm impressed you were able to find her so quickly.
Yeah, you can thank your own avatars for that.
I think you mean thralls.
Thralls, that's the word, not avatar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
Servant, not body of.
Yes, many of them unfortunately do have loose lips. That's why we try and keep some binding magics on them, but there's too many to keep track of. I didn't realize they all had the information. Oh well. Word flies fast, apparently. Welcome to my mansion. Those who have taken care of my daughter are, of course, welcome as guests.
Come on, guys, let me show you around. And she like runs ahead like a child, like being like.
Like I said, Kai is trying very hard to stay within 5 feet of her.
Yovas. Yovas.
I would say that continues until we get within 10 feet of Formeth.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if you try to run past him, he's gonna try and stop you.
Oh, I'm not trying to run past him. It's gonna be like one of those like we lock eyes kind of thing.
And you do
7 foot
notice,
tall
like-
tiefling staring down at the tiny little monk.
Hey, I'm
And
like probably 6 foot.
Oh, I always thought you were short for some reason.
I don't know. I never
you're
defined
thinking of Monk
that.
Chad. But yeah, actually, give me an insight check, Kai.
All right. Insight, nat 20. He wants to murder you immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, so like you're chasing along and just trying to stay near Clara. this guy's eyes have not left you. Wherever you move, like, he is not moving, but his eyes are following you.
So as we would get about here, I would put my hand on Clara's shoulder, like telling her, like, stop running. Be like, your brother, I presume.
Yeah, that's Formith.
Formeth?
You must be Kai.
So I see there's no need for introductions.
Mr. Kai is one of my most special friends in the whole wide world.
I think him and I will become quite close in the coming days as well.
Eyeing him, like, up and down, it appears that may be a way to put it.
And, like, continuing to look at you, you see as, like, there's a little flash, and where you have, like, the glowing blue eyes kind of continuously now, you just see as his flash, like, red and lizard-like for a second before reverting back to normal. He goes, yes, you and I have much to discuss.
I say nothing in response.
So,
Then
won't you
I'll,
all
like,
come in for a meal?
yeah, as he says that, I would, like, put my hand on Clara's back and be like, you were, guiding us in.
We would be honored to join you.
Wonderful. I have a feeling that there are many stories that can be shared, and given that you all were able to, as I said, be so resourceful so quickly, well, Clara and I, after the festivities tomorrow, well, we were going to go on a little trip. Maybe you'd all like to join us.
Where
And
to?
As like, she's kind of like saying this as she's starting to walk back into the mansion. Alright, one moment. Was kind of expecting you guys to come in tomorrow, so I need to turn off all of the festival NPCs.
I try.
Tarver's gonna stay back for a second and try to get Yovas to come up.
Yeah, and like he'll just follow you if you tell him to follow.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
Tavro?
as he gets closer, I'm just gonna be like, okay, seems like the actual festivities are tomorrow. Do you want to try and come in now to impress them with your performance, or wait until tomorrow, until the actual festivities begin?
And you just see as he kind of like runs forward and goes, "You have an audience with the Blood Witch? Of course I'm coming now."
Excellent. And then yeah, I'll let him tag along with me. Well,
And if you are like kind of falling behind to bring Yovas through, Hekara just goes, I assume the jester is not part of your party. What about the Minotaur?
Oh yeah, that's Mr. Tavro.
yes, I didn't know what to bring to an event like this, so I brought performers.
I can see the map again!
Yay! And she just goes, very good. Minotaur, come in. Performer, you may join us in the morning.
Oh.
And Yovas just goes, okay!
Yeah, and like, as you said that, like, Tavo just lightly, like, bow his head just to, like, be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and you see as he, like, immediately, like, turns back to his troop, and he's like, alright, boys, we're setting up camp! We're performing tomorrow! And, so they start setting up camp outside as the rest of you head in, and Hekara starts just kind of, like, talking as she weaves her way through these like large, expansive halls. And like it is a very nice mansion. There are fountains, there's like nice wood tile. Everything seems spacious and extravagant. There is a like full garden in the middle of the building, just standalone with like its own pond. Like this is just a gorgeous house. She's just kind of like making small talk as she leads you in, and it actually like takes a few minutes to reach there. But so I'm just gonna drag you all over to make it easier. But she brings you all to a dining area on the far side of the mansion. One thing that you are able to
Holy
notice.
shit.
Zoom!
Yeah, man.
We do be schmoovin'.
One thing that you're able to notice is throughout the mansion, there's like staff everywhere, it seems like. And something that is worth noting is that almost all of the staff are kobolds that look extremely pale, and like they're pale kobolds. They're all wearing like suits and finery. And
Have any of us
as
ever seen a kobold before?
Yes.
That's just purely okay. Because I know I don't know if you guys have seen them before I joined.
Really thought about it.
We murdered.
We saw them when we found Maralafia.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
I wasn't there.
Other
Yes,
than
so Tavro and Escher
Tavro
were
and Escher, there was a kobold den that they have been through before. Kobolds, honestly, like you might have studied them, you probably would not have encountered them before.
I looked at her. I have no fucking clue.
Was Clara there when Tavro was going crazy for those freaking pastry things?
Yes,
I think
that
so.
was leading up to going into the
Yeah.
Krenko's hideout.
Okay, Clara would go grab some of these pastries and be like, Mr. Tavro, you have to try this.
Yeah, I wouldn't just eat something off the table, but if Clara's offering it to me, then sure.
Clara offered, and like there is it it's almost strange. As you enter, the like entire kitchen is completely set up like as if they were ready to host a feast at any moment. There is bread and pastry, there is like roast bird and fruits, and there like it is extravagant in here. And Hekara just goes, all right, please, help yourselves. I'm sure it must have been a long journey from the 10th district, especially after these last few days of complications. Help yourselves, and then we can discuss. And as you come in, two of the kind of like kobold servers also come in, and Hekara just goes, please, if there's anything you need, just ask the service. And they are just kind of like standing down at the...
So how did you guys even get here?
Walked. As I just keep eating pastries.
Yes, I'm quite curious as well. I was under the impression that Winlot had been closed off to all non-Rakdos, and... Pardon me, but you don't look like members of my guild.
Hyde just pulls up his sleeve.
Yeah,
He's
and
doing
Pablo
No,
doesn't pull it up. He kind of slaps his breastplate.
Very well, I stand corrected.
I immediately turns to Clara and goes, and you, well, not you, but like the other you, really made this part difficult.
What? What do you mean the other me?
Wait, were you not in on that?
What do you... In on what? The last
The
time
other-
I saw you guys, I dropped my grenade, and the next thing you knew, I woke up here. So I had no idea what happened.
I
So
am
you had
also
no-
curious. What do you mean, other her?
The golems in your shape, that wasn't you?
No, it most certainly was not.
Hmm.
I'm sure you won't, but try to ignore that I said anything.
You're right, I won't.
Wait, so there was another me? Did it look like me? I'm confused.
At least 3 others like you.
3?
Yeah.
The
Unfortunately,
first-
they died.
The first of which we actually had no clue was not you.
Not at the same time. It was really just the same one that they kept rebuilding.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't think it was constructed.
Well, it certainly wasn't alive, but or conscious or sentient.
Sentient it was.
It was sentient.
Alive, I
No idea.
It was conscious and had a very existential crisis for a few hours.
It did.
This is true.
Oh, I know that.
see. Kai's whole thing is not knowing what being alive means. So when he said like alive, he just trails off into like he's just staring into the void for a second.
Wait, so when we went to go get Krenko and then I dropped the grenade, did you guys get him?
I
Wow.
think,
Oh.
given recent information, I think we actually did. Unfortunately, it seems whenever he dies, he simply comes back.
Oh.
Yes, that
Dang.
part is my doing.
As we did find out.
Yes, apologies. We did. Actually, no. I don't say that because it was it fake Clara that killed?
The first Krenko, yeah, the first fake. No, I don't think it was a fake Krenko. I think that was.
I think it was a real Krenko who just like came back as a clone, or whatever.
Yeah, I think he died and then just came back elsewhere.
No, I think it
But
was.
was it fake Clara that killed him?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that.
what the
Clara-
fuck?
Wow.
I think it's a fake Krenko, because why would he willingly be like, okay, now you're gonna stab me to death?
So that he can quote unquote stay alive, he has to die.
But we know he has clone bodies that he switches into.
Which requires him dying, I think.
Yeah.
Or he just, pulled out a clone body, said, okay, you stab this a few times, and then he just left out the back door.
I will be honest. I think the specifics of Krenko's seemingly unusual form of immortality might be irrelevant at the moment, considering our circumstances.
Agreed.
You're right.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should maybe. I think there are other things that are more valuable for us to be discussing with our host.
But yes, Clara, we didn't know you were missing at all for quite some time.
Oh. Well. So you guys, you didn't come looking for me?
Clark,
Well, we did once we realized.
You?
We are here.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel better.
We actually came for the pastries. No,
It also
Here
it
for a
did
party,
seem it was somebody's intention to deceive us. After all, there was a decoy version of you that had accompanied us for some time. Somebody clearly did not want us knowing that you were here, and so who that is difficult to say. I would have been under the assumption it was those you were here with, but it would seem not.
Also,
No,
Zach, sorry, go ahead.
Everyone
Well-
here has been so nice to me.
Yes, we did want to make it a surprise with the announcement tomorrow, so we weren't publicizing any information about Clara's presence yet. But no, we did not create clones, as you say.
Ah,
Interesting.
This complicates things, but we're here right now. That's what matters.
But-
As long as you also are.
It
He says with like a skeptical tone.
I suppose then it would seem relevant to ask our new hosts if they're familiar with a, let's say, entity that refers to itself as Taz.
Yes, that would begin to explain it, wouldn't it?
I believe this might be the entity that replicated your daughter, or made a whatever that construct was in her likeness. If that is something problematic to you, perhaps you wish to take it up with him.
I am familiar with Taz's abilities to do such a thing. If you have reason to suspect it's him, that's a reasonable line of thought. Thank you for that information.
I mean, our suspicions are simply deduction. If it's not you, there's not too many other powerful sources we know of that could do that.
I mean, we do actually know it was him.
You say that
I mean,
in character.
Yeah.
That's
Damn,
fair.
just give the man away, why don't you?
man,
So
you guys
met with
all lack
Taz, then.
subtlety.
Ah, wait, Brian, I missed that. What did you say?
I said you all lack subtlety.
I mean,
Discussion.
I don't think Escher has ever had subtlety.
No.
Frankly, I
do
don't
I-
care about it when it comes to him.
And
do I
I
need to be?
until this moment was convinced that Hekara worked with Taz. So
Same.
once he figured out that they don't work together, he stopped giving information about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we have any reason to be subtle here?
I mean, I guess Hekara and Taz could duel it out, but
That's what I'm saying. Let them. It's their problem, not ours.
Zach, very important question. How do I eat with the mask on?
Take it off,
Um,
you fiend.
You can
Do I just Cookie Monster it?
yeah, so like you open up the mouth to eat and all of the little snaky bone
No.
faces reach
No.
out. You still get the taste of it.
Can
ugh,
I mean it's magical. Can I just have it like unstretch around my mouth for a second?
You know what? Sure, you can unhinge the jaw and
thank
have
God.
it split for you to be able to eat normally if you would like.
Or we just
I would. I really would.
like freaking out.
Also, the first time that happened when Tavro screamed, his performance scream turned into a real scream. He did not expect that to happen.
Kai has also never seen this before,
Yeah.
so he is also going to just have his jaw on the floor at this mask.
Kai's been like, what the fuck has happened in the past 2 days?
Clara, up until this moment, you were like, finally, another one of my party members understands the wonderful aspects of a gimp suit. And then he opens the mouth and all of these like weird bone faces squirm out of it and try to nip at the bread. And you suddenly realize that this is a very different version of a gimp suit than you have.
And then she realizes this is a much better gimp suit.
Yeah, so Escher, for your background, that comes from when Clara decided that the best way to get into the Undercity was to get a hot pink gimp suit and seduce some goblin sewer workers.
I don't think I want to know any more than that.
Very good. Very well, so you've met with Mr. Taz and confirmed that he is the one who created the Clara clone. Thank you for that information. Is Taz also how you made it into Winlot, then?
Yeah.
No.
You're just,
I imagine they both say that at the same time. They both look at each other and kind of have that fuck moment.
You know what? She's gonna roll a fucking insight check on that.
What was asked?
So I'll take that as a yes.
To be fair, we did pass through the gates. Just had some complications and had to take a detour.
Mr. Taz's abilities were not our first choice. We can say that much.
Oh, don't worry. I do not fault you for using his services. I'm simply curious.
I do.
And yes, it does not surprise me that there are some complications right now, given the, shall we say, political climate.
Yeah, it's not great.
But tell me, so you've come all the way to Winlot, taken the brand of the Rakdos, all to reunite with Clara?
Well,
Correct.
forgive our assumption that we thought she was in danger.
I guess that is a reasonable one. No, I ask more because...
To say correct to that statement.
Yeah.
Even though he knows that is not the truth.
Correct.
I mostly ask as a, shall we say, gauge of character. And it seems that you all have passed. As I said, we will be announcing a, shall we say, new plan in our family matters tomorrow. If you're willing to go this far for Clara, might be an opportunity for you while you're still in the city if you have nothing else to do in Winlot before you return, especially given that, well, it might be a bit difficult for you to return for a while.
Is there any specific reason that you know of other than the everything going on outside of Rick's
I think she may have been referring to the everything going on outside of Rixmati.
I think that might have been it.
But I'm no expert.
Yes, I would be referring to the impending war. My understanding is that the guild borders will be sealed off, and really any transportation outside of Winlot into the 10th district is going to be heavily prohibited.
Well, that is certainly valuable information to know. As higher-ups in the guild, do you have a timetable on that?
Given that they are attacking us, they're not exactly keen to share their plans of attack.
I more meant for the Rakdos preventing exit from Winlot.
Oh, no. You're welcome to try and leave. It's more that I'm pretty sure the second you step through the other side of that portal, dozens of Boros soldiers will try to kill you on sight.
Well, luckily we're with a group that can hold their own if we do need to leave. Their capabilities are rather impressive sometimes.
Such is the price of, quote, saving, unquote, a friend.
Yes, but the good news is that she no longer requires saving. She's perfectly safe here.
That's very true. There's no safer place to be than with your family. Isn't that right, Clara?
Well, yes, I really love being here, but also just all this talk about war, I'm kind of worried about my other parents and if they're gonna be safe.
Are they Rakdos?
No, they're the Izzet scientists, remember?
Then I suspect they'll not just be safe, but they will be making quite a bit of money off of their... You said they were pyrotechnics, right? Yes, I'm sure
No.
that their explosive sales will be, well, rather explosive in the coming days.
No, they don't work in that lab.
Oh, then what is it that they do again? I apologize. I must have misremembered.
They're in the alchemy lab. They make potions and other kind of chemical concoctions.
I suppose chemical concoctions is the way to put that.
Just
Yes,
sounds
then,
like bombs with extra steps.
well, I'm sure that the legionnaires of the Boros will be stocking up on all manner of combat supplies, be it potion, weapon, or armor. I would not immediately fear for your parents' lives, although staying away from the war zone might be a good idea.
Well, this is still good to know. Clara's concerns are understandable, and if there's anything that we can do to assist, perhaps we can. But in the meantime, I think I speak for all of us where I say perhaps we should just take a moment to enjoy that she is safe and that we need not worry about her currently.
After you literally watched her slit her own arm open.
Yeah, we're not over that.
I do that all the time.
Fine.
I do that all the time. So I don't know what you got, but I got nothing to worry about.
To be fair, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
It's just like, yeah, that's how magic works. What do you mean?
Fox also did read an entire textbook on blood magic not even 8 hours ago.
Wait, what?
Yes.
And I read all of his spark notes of it. So like,
Yeah, like, you're not surprised by the blood magic. You're a little surprised that she's just randomly doing it now, but not necessarily that, like, it's a thing.
that is something that perhaps is worth discussing. Clara, you seem. Perhaps we could discuss more about these new capabilities you seem to have discovered.
Ah. Well, yeah, so once I finally got back and Mama told me I had special powers, I just had to try really hard to channel them. And they involve my special blood because I'm a descendant of Zach, correct me if this is wrong, of the Lord Rakdos like bloodline.
That would explain so much.
In a way, child, you are of my blood, and my mother's blood was blessed by Lord Rakdos. We are not of his blood.
Oh, okay. But apparently our special blood has powers, and if I can channel it, then I can do special magic. And I found it's easier if I just go through, some the cutting.
Wait, no, we don't need another demonstration. Thank you. We're, I do understand.
Don't get it on the pastries, please.
Up to you.
I mean, it just kind of feels kind of tingly.
Are you sure you don't want something more sanitary? I believe Escher has some needles or, well, something other than that rusty knife.
Well, I have plenty of tools. What do you need? I am a doctor.
I don't know
What?
if your kind of medical expertise is what she needs.
Well, perhaps I suppose we can find out. I think we may have an expert in our midst. Hekara, would there be a simpler way for her to extract this magic? A less messy way?
Oh, she doesn't need to do it at all. She just does.
That's why I'm asking Hekara and not Clara.
Yes, for beginners of our art, the visual aspects seem to help with the channeling. But as she continues with her training, I'm sure it will get a bit less gruesome. Well, at least she'll have the option to make it that way. She could always choose to keep cutting herself.
I think we would all prefer she didn't.
We can discuss this in the future, but the means, I suppose, are less are a side effect. I'm more concerned about the result of this magical capabilities. May we know what she's capable of now?
Well, she's simply coming to her own as a blood witch, as is her birthright.
And I've read a lot. I've read my friend here's notes about blood witches and some of the history behind them, but I personally have never seen their powers in effect. As from in my studies, there's many different types of magic. I'm simply curious about what the magic of a blood witch is like. What capabilities could it afford? Is it similar to the arcane arts, or is it more primal in nature?
I'd say it's primal, nearly deific.
Fascinating.
Our magic comes from a blessing of Lord Rakdos himself. Not the clerics of the Orzhov, but an innate magic from the closest thing to a god that we have on this plane.
Yes, cleric.
I before he chokes himself on pastries.
And you see, she just like flicks a finger, and one of the kobolds like runs up to you with a glass of water, Tavro.
Thank you.
Well, Hekara, we've actually gotten quite a good look at what the unique magical capabilities of Orzhov clerics is able to express itself as. Would this blood witch magic be something similar? Orzhov magic has a very strong capability to heal wounds and cure injuries. Is that something that Clara's magic would be able to do?
Yes, we each tend to specialize in our own way, but healing magic is certainly a capability, giving a bit of your own blood and life force for the sake of someone else.
Fascinating. Then I must thank you, Hekara, for opening up this possibility to us. I think you have done us a great service.
Well, you say to you, But Hekara is my daughter and will be staying with me.
I think you mean
But
Clara.
Clara. But Clara is my daughter and will be staying
Hekara,
with me.
Clara, same difference.
Your
Oh, that's fine. Any work that needs to be done could probably be done here. I have theories that I'd have to work through, but that is no issue. It's the magic I'm more concerned with.
Yes, it is something that requires a bit of innate talent. Unfortunately, I don't think we'd be able to teach an outsider. But you're welcome to observe.
Yes,
Uh,
that would be fantastic.
Less teaching. We have a bit of the basics already understood.
We. That's it.
Of course,
Good.
if you'd like to be...
We do, and just stutters over himself and stops saying anything.
Of course, if you'd like to be bound to our bloodline, I could impart some of the magical abilities onto you, give you the power to start casting blood magic.
That would not be necessary.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
He's like, speak for yourself.
Go on.
Well, from what Clara told me, you've already encountered Krenko. I'm sure you've noticed that he has some facsimile of blood magic. That is due to his binding to my bloodline. If you take under a similar oath as it is, then I can share some of that power with you.
Which aspects of it?
Sure.
Well,
This could be
simply,
valuable to me.
You'd start at a similar level to Clara, mostly unable to control it beyond simple, low-level magics, cantrips, first-level spells, so on and so forth, but the more you dedicate yourself to it, and, well, to me, the more power that can be channeled. My other daughter is probably the closest thing to a blood witch with... Although she is a blood witch, I'd say that her natural powers, before I was able to find her and train her, are most similar to the end result without blood magic. Not cleric or wizard, but sorcerer, if you will.
Interesting. Yes, I've read the theses about the distinctions of arcane magic. That's valuable to know. And you bring up a good point. I was told that Clara had a sister. Where is she tonight?
I'm sure she's working away in her room. She's an alchemist, you know.
Is she now?
Tonight on D&D, Escher finds his sexuality.
Yes, she
Bold
is,
assumption.
Blood and alchemy.
I believe that she'd be working in her room. That seems to take up most of her time nowadays.
Well, perhaps one day we'll find time to get acquainted. I would love to learn more about about the nature of your magics, but
Of course,
You
she'll definitely
okay?
be partaking in the festivities
fine.
tomorrow.
Brian, what's the matter?
It's fine. I just had a stupid thought. Don't worry about
Go on,
it. No.
share with the class.
No.
He's nervous. What? I'm so
Hi, Cole.
I need to think.
But yes, she'll be partaking in the festivities tomorrow. I'm sure you'll have a chance to speak with her then.
That would be good. The more perspectives I can get on this field, the better.
Do you know what she's working on?
Clara, you've been helping her out with her experiments the last few days. How much have you gathered?
She's good at that kind of science, you know. I do better with explosions or things that can be exploded.
Like yourself.
Hey, now that's pretty rude.
And she kind of looks and goes, "Ah, yes. Well, I'm sure Zarilla would love to explain it to you in detail herself, so I won't spoil all the fun. But it has to do with wild magics."
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, wait, that's right. She told me that she turned someone into a plant. Isn't that funny?
Yes, she
She
does
what?
keep her. She does keep her birth father on the shelf, well watered.
Now you have my attention.
Yes.
I would very much like to meet this person.
I feel like this whole conversation is leading to some blood magic in Escher's pants.
I gotta know what it's capable of.
As I said, I'm sure you'll have
Yeah.
plenty of chances to discuss with her during the festivities tomorrow. But she gets caught up in her work, we'll say. So I know she prefers to not be disturbed.
Understandable. I was like that some time ago as well. Kids, right?
And she looks at you and goes, I think the proper term is scientist.
See, I was referring to our mutual bond of a parent. You've got 3 kids, I've got 600 billion that live inside of me. We're the same.
See, motherhood is still...
That was not said out loud.
Okay. She's not going to respond to it then.
No, that is absolutely not in character for him to say. Well, it sounds like there is a lot to be learned from the festivities tomorrow. Perhaps we should all make sure we're well rested so that come tomorrow we'll have plenty of energy and don't wear ourselves out too quickly.
Indeed.
Yes, of course, you are welcome to take a guest room tonight.
I was about to say something and I realized we don't have anywhere to stay, do we?
No.
You were just going to sleep outside waiting for this party to start.
I don't think we ever considered that, did we?
No.
I mean, it's a city. We probably could have bought things, but
Yeah, there are like inns and stuff. You're a 3-mile walk from the city. You can get back in an hour.
yeah.
The plentiful of other refugees also trying to find a place to sleep.
That is a most generous offer. Fawks, I don't quite remember. Did we have lodging situated for tonight, or can we take our hosts up on their offer?
We were going to figure it out.
Right now, but I imagine he would probably not be thrilled about the prospect of staying the night.
I could imagine he would not want to stay in the same building as this other creature.
A shame he is not here to voice that opinion.
You guys we could have a big slumber party in my room and put all the pillows on the ground and then all cuddle. It would be so fun because I've missed
And
you
then
guys.
we could have a pillow fight, and then we could tell each other secrets.
We could braid each other's hair.
And then we could raise the dead to be our eternal servants.
Oh,
I love the idea of Gideon saying, we can braid each other's hair, and then just puts one of his hands onto his bald-ass head that is incapable of growing hair because he's a Vidalcan.
You can braid my hair.
Vidalcan don't grow hair on their heads.
Yeah,
Vidalcan don't grow hair anywhere.
Can you confirm that?
It is a part of actual magic lore that they cannot produce keratin.
Do they not have fingernails?
They don't.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
Ugh.
Ugh.
They don't have ears.
Nubs.
They also only have nub ears.
Ears are not keratin.
I'm aware, but they said ears. So
Oh. I mean, I don't even know what they look like, so I just know they're blue.
Blue.
Oh! Well, if that being the case, then it sounds like we have some plans for the night then that we will not be taking up their offer. Is that correct?
I mean, Clara wants a slumber party.
I think perhaps we could stay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Connor. That was me trying to figure out if it's safe. I was me trying to be subtle, asking if it's like safe for us to stay here.
We do have some business we could attend to, but well, what time is the festivities beginning tomorrow?
bright and early. Maybe around 9 a.m., and then they'll go on for a day or two.
I'm just gonna turn to Escher and say, perhaps we might want to go back and complete our business deal then.
I did have some things I wanted to pick up before the festivities started, so I suppose that wouldn't be the worst idea.
I'm curious, do you have this business with? I have many connections.
Yeah, Fox. Who do you have business with?
Well, as you may understand, we are currently blackmailing one of your thralls, so...
Yeah.
Do you say that?
He's thinking.
Well, I'll just put it this way. Someone has lost us, well, lost me personally, some money, and I have a business meeting with them back in Winlot. Wars off money, you know how it is.
Yes, I'm familiar with the Orzhov principles.
Yes, and the rest of us are simply here to make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
And Kai, looking straight at Formeth, just says, yes, it may be in our best interest to, not intrude tonight and deal with our own proceedings first.
And he's been silently kind of just like standing at the head of the table this entire time staring at you, Kai, and he goes, well, if they're all busy, maybe you and I can have some conversations tonight. I'd be happy to host you.
Some conversations.
Kai, this is quite a great development. I'm so glad you're making a friend. I know it's hard for you.
Yes. What was it that Escher literally just said about making sure that you don't get killed in your business proceedings?
Oh, Kai, it's quite simple. I just bring you back again. We can raise the debts
I'm not
again.
worried about me. Do I need to remind you about the last time your business proceedings went south?
These pastries really are fantastic. I must thank you. My compliments to the chef.
I assure you, well, once I figure out how to properly eat people's souls, then we'll be better at dealing with this.
Your assurance means jack shit.
Do you say that
All
aloud?
right, everybody.
Oh yes, I'm saying this all out loud.
I think it's time.
For-
I think it's time to go home.
Formith points at you and goes, "You can stay as well."
Having the time of her life, seeing her friends and her new family all getting along so well. Like, she's just so happy.
I imagine this is the scene from Shrek Far
Yes.
Far Away,
Yes.
where Shrek and the father are just like eating aggressively.
Yes. And Clara is Donkey, just so oblivious. Just, I'm happy to be here.
Meanwhile, Escher's just sitting here with the wait a minute, you always tell me to keep my mouth shut look.
And so Formith goes, "So Kai and the cleric stay. The rest of you handle your business, and we'll see you in the morning."
Ah, well, you see, my business involves the immortal soul of a resident of Winlot, so that will require me to go collect that debt.
It never once required that.
I suppose breaching his contract could be accomplished by all of you, and then I'd simply be able to collect it.
Whose soul are we collecting?
Krenko's.
Oh.
But Krenko's soul was never part of the deal.
I was about to say, if you try to take Krenko's soul, I have some feelings Hekara would be like,
Well, he did.
We've never mentioned his name as the person
Oh,
we have
correct.
business with.
I mean, if he tries to make a contract to sell his soul away or something.
Well,
He
he
can't.
did.
He can't. Well, he did to Hekara.
He signed away his soul if he leaves the building.
He couldn't sign the contract.
So, if you remember, he warned you that the contract won't have any magical effect on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
He signed it to make you feel better.
He signed it, told you it would have no effect, and then you tried to petrify him and it had no effect.
I do not remember it happening this way.
I don't either.
Yeah, I remember him saying he can't be bound by magical contracts.
Yeah. Man, I love S34, Snya, %CDAT, right bracket, U.
What?
What?
The closed captioning on the Flyers game is a little fucked up.
Ah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Clara would be like, I'm gonna go get my PJs on and like start getting ready for bed. Because it's her
What
sleep.
time is it?
It's like 9 o'clock now. It's
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's like reasonably time to call it a night. It's reasonable, like it's at that point where it's reasonable to call it a night. It's reasonable to like stay up for like another hour or two.
I will say in his head, it may be in our best interest to try to hear this out.
Wait, hear what out exactly?
Are we saying this in his
Yeah,
head?
I'm not saying this out loud.
And you just get back. I think he's trying to get us alone so he can kill us.
And Kai will respond, that's a risk that I'm making for us. At least Fawks will be there with us.
I thought
You-
Tavro was.
You just hear
Fawks.
Did he say the cleric stays? You are a cleric.
He's the cleric.
Fox is a cleric.
Never mind.
Tavro
a
is not
cleric.
as nearly as clearly a cleric as Fox.
Yeah, Josh, I know.
He's wearing priestly regalia.
But you just hear back in your head, you realize this is our funeral. If the tables were turned and we were further along, I'd be telling you that we should be the ones eating him. I'm sure Daragaz is in his head right now telling him that. If you think we can take him on, you've surprised me so far.
Consider it not faith in Daragaz, but faith in Formeth.
A bold choice. And the voice fades.
Her brother couldn't kill her bestest friend.
He absolutely could.
What's the brother's name again? My brain is
Formeth.
right. Tyler's gonna speak up and be like, Formeth, was it? You mentioned that you wanted the cleric to stay. Does that include me?
And he just looks at you and he goes,
Cleric.
Are you a cleric?
Yes, not the Orzhov make, but one nonetheless.
Are you also interested in soul consumption?
I am now. It sounds kind of cool.
Very well. You may participate as well.
I'm sure it'll be. I'm sure it'll be an interesting seminar.
So,
Abra just wants to be a part of it.
just to clarify then, Fawks, Kai, Talbra, considering the possibility we had of preparing for tomorrow, are you sure you're all willing to stay here tonight?
Perhaps it's best we just stay the night.
I wouldn't say willing, but I would say it may be our best interest.
Tavaro's gonna run to the other side of the table and be like, "What's like what food is over here?" And as he gets here, he's gonna pat Fox on the back, like kind of like after he like looks at all like the food and like acts kind of happy. But as he touches him, Fox, I'm gonna give you my vigilant blessing instead of giving it on myself. So the next time you roll initiative, you have advantage.
Okay.
How long
And
does
then,
that last?
it's literally it just there's no like
It's
usage.
just until you use it again?
Yeah, it's just until you use it again, or when it actually happens in
Sure.
combat.
Gotcha.
Now continue eating bread.
I was gonna attempt to talk his way out of getting murdered by a red dragon, so let's see how this goes.
Also, there is some mention of roasted bird.
With that being said, Hekara, you have been a wonderful host so far, and again, I will thank you for that. It would seem that my companions may have been misconstrued. Our stay here is not forcible, correct? We are allowed to go if we have business to attend to.
Yes. Clara will stay, as this is her home, but
Understandable.
the rest of you, although it seems Formeth has business with you, Mr. Kai, so I'd prefer if you stayed, but the rest of you more than welcome to go if you need.
I want my son to kill you.
Excellent. Just trying to assuage any stressors that might be on us. It has been a long day for the entire party, but seeing as if Kai decides that he wishes to hear out this business proposition, perhaps then I will stay with him as well, and my business within the city can wait.
Sorry.
So you will be joining the demonstration as well?
I was not aware there would be a demonstration. I thought perhaps it would be best if I spent some extra time with Clara since it's been so long since we've seen her, but I suppose I could. I'm always interested in learning something new.
Sister, take your friends to your room. I will take the monk and the clerics. And he just turns and starts walking towards the exit to the dining room.
Wait, but they're my friends. Why can't they come with me?
It won't take long. Then they are free to spend the rest of the night with you.
And Kai, as he stands up from the table, will lean down to Clara and say, "If you have not heard from me in an hour, come for us."
And she just kind of tries to act calm when he whispers that to her, and just gulps.
Just because nobody has asked, would anybody like to roll an insight check? Or are you just going with it?
I mean, I know what I think.
It seems that you're all pretty suspicious if you would like to roll something.
I don't think the insight check's gonna change my mind.
I like the role play of guessing what is about to happen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I'm just big muscle man.
Oh. Gideon hasn't said a word, and he's just I know everything.
Well, yeah, because Gideon hasn't said a word, so he is able to he has been observing this entire time.
Gideon is an observer.
You know what, Gideon? You actually are
You
able to
murder my friend.
You know what? Gideon, hop in the other voice channel for a second.
Well,
I just remembered that all of you are on the same conference mic.
He's going into the other room. It's okay.
Yeah, Zach, I was gonna remind you, they're all on the same mic.
yeah, no, we just kicked Katie out so that you can still be private.
Okay.
Kick.
Hello.
For me to put headphones in.
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of forgot that you were all on a conference mic. Not my brightest move.
All good.
But yeah, so you have kind of just been silently observing everyone throughout this entire conversation since you got here. And it's been obvious that Formith really hasn't looked away from Kai much at all. That's not that's been clear. He has made his interest in Kai known from the moment you arrived at the mansion. After observing him for long enough, you see that there's only one other thing that he kind of looks at every once in a while, and it's the feast on the table. And he is looking at the food and at Kai with the exact same expression. Hunger.
Okay.
That is you're able to kind of pick that up. Is there anything more specific that you're looking for before we hop back over?
No, I guess I'm just concerned for poor Kai.
Fair enough. All right.
Because was he going? He's just going to talk to Formith alone, right?
Tavro and Fawks are also following.
Okay. I think I'm gonna join them.
Okay.
I think Kai is aware of the fact that Formuth really wants to kill him, so I don't think I need to tell him that.
Okay, fair enough. Let's hop back
Alrighty,
over.
I'll hop back over.
Hello.
Clara, did
Hello.
Molag Bal do horrible things to you?
What?
Did who?
Zach, you missed a
Okay.
Elder Scrolls reference.
Ah.
He was
But
concerned.
this is giving me vibes like the vampire lords from Far Harbor, like
Yay.
Zoran. You know, because like incest being fucked by Molag Bal, they lived. Now you have power.
Alright, so. What would you all like to do as Formuth begins leading out the monk and clerics?
I think we follow him.
Am I allowed to go with him?
It doesn't stop you.
Okay. I would probably, as they're leaving, I think Escher would just make a point. He would go up to Hekara and kind of just like give her a nod and say, customarily where I'm from, it is considered polite to offer any help to the host. If there's anything that I could potentially offer you, please don't hesitate to ask. If we are going to stay here, I'd like to be useful.
I appreciate that, but the staff will take care of everything. For now,
I had
I'm
a
just
feeling.
considering myself lucky that my daughter's friends were able to show up so quickly and be here for the festivities tomorrow, as well as it seems that my son has taken quite the interest in one of your merry group.
Yeah, it
This
would
seems quite
seem
fortuitous indeed.
I really, truly hope so. Well, I thank you again for everything you have offered to us and to me specifically. I look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow. And I'll go with them.
Feel free to ask any of the thralls around the mansion if you'd like their perspective on it. As she kind of just like says as you walk out the dining room.
Wait, are those the little things? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes, everyone other than my family and I guess your group here are thralls.
I didn't think she heard that.
Oh, if you weren't trying to like say it to her, then she can.
No, I mean that's good to know. I just because I'm going under the assumption that he doesn't know what a kobold is. Like he's never really seen one. He's like, are those thralls? Are they living things? But okay.
They are living things. They are
What?
also thralls.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. I think we should just go before. Let's not discuss that now.
All right, so for this is pretty big, so I'm just gonna bring you all. Are you all going with Kai and Formuth?
I am.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it everybody? I hate to kick Clara out, but
I mean,
was it
Formuth isn't
everybody
stopping
but Clara?
anybody. Well, Formuth specifically invited you, and then everybody just started inviting themselves along, and he didn't stop any of them. So if everybody wants to go, everybody can go.
Clara like went to bed. Like she went to her room.
All right, good night, Clara.
Well, okay, I should say she went to get the slumber party ready and like lay out all the blankets and pillows.
Right.
And yeah, Kai did say like, "Come back in an hour."
Yes, you did give her the
Either
come for me
we
if
are
I'm not
alive
there in an hour.
or we are dead. So. All right,
So-
Zach. I know this isn't the moment I know you said the party wasn't going to be the TPK session, but also now.
I mean, Clara's not going with him.
That's true.
Clara wins the campaign.
Yep.
So-
Do you think I'm gonna fight these people?
So you're all following Formith, other than Clara, because Clara's getting the slumber party ready. This is more of just trying to figure out where to put you guys on scenes.
Oh.
You know where I am.
Does this mean that something's gonna happen and we're gonna have to go by turn order and grids?
Well, I think it's a matter of who is in the room with Kai and Formeth.
Yeah, like it's literally just the places you guys are going are because I don't have the levels module turned on because we saw how that worked
right.
with Sculper's Mansion. I just need to know which places to put people.
Well, whoever doesn't go with Kai can come to Clara's room. Gideon,
Cool,
where
so-
are you going?
I'm going with them.
Okay, so just Clara.
Clara, you have a lot of time to get this sleepover ready. So Clara, I put you back in your room with all of the spare beds for your friends. You know what? I should probably activate this one and then pull you because everyone else is going here. So you all kind of are going in the same direction at first as you head up to the second floor of the mansion.
Wait, did the
And-
scene change?
Not yet.
No.
I'm describing it and then I'm going to change it.
Gotcha. I was like, I wanted to make sure because I've been having issues. So.
Yeah, so you're all kind of heading in the same direction, and then as you get to the second floor, Clara like points out, "This is my room," and then I'm gonna go get like sheets and blankets, and we're gonna make pillow forts. And then she runs off to do that, as the rest of you kind of just follow Formith, and he leads you up to a kind of like staircase in one of the halls, and pulls open a hatch to a third floor, and heads up the stairs. So if you are all following him,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Water.
What happened to all the color?
What happened to those people?
I think we're gonna need a bigger boat.
The
So-
fuck?
you all kind of follow him up, and as he like walks up, you see behind him are like these kind of like flickering blue lights coming from the next floor up, and he brings you all into this room. I just put you in the corner because that's where the hatch is. You can go in as you wish. He goes, "Now, Kai, I assume they all know of your, shall we say, predicament?"
That's correct. And I suppose, for anybody that hasn't caught on, Formeth here has that same predicament that I have with Merolathia, with the dragon Deragaz.
So
Whoa.
So you already are aware. Interesting. And 1 second as I just pull something in here.
Our predicament seems to be one based on information. We might as well be on the same playing field.
Yes, there is some information to be shared. Indeed. And 1 second. Just trying to get this token on. If Foundry will stop.
Everything's so wibbly wobbly in here.
It do be a little wibbly wobbly.
Also, is this water behind him, like here?
I thought the
Uh,
whole room was just kind of had a little water.
No, so there are there are torches with blue flames all across the walls. Here, like around this, what seems to be like a strange altar or shrine is water.
Damn, on the
but
third floor? God.
It is water, and you do see it is kind of like tinted red.
Looks pretty blue to me.
You mean like this whole section? This whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah, see, it's got little flowers floating in it.
Exactly.
Also, they gotta have good plumbing or else it's gonna wreck their foundation.
So you see as he kind of like goes up to this area over here, he takes. Well then, and he takes the dagger, slices it across his hand, similar to Clara earlier, and you see popping up next to him appears a like medium-sized dragon. Kind of like how briefly you've been able to, in a spectral form, kind of summon Merolethia. This kind of just like forms out of his blood. It is it's larger and more solid than Merolethia has ever appeared.
Solid.
Zach, could you possibly show us the art for it?
I'd be happy to.
Just because with the lights, it makes it kind of hard to see. I just want to see what this thing looks like.
It is like this strange
Oh.
dragon with like almost like a scarred demonic face, as opposed to like a normal draconic snout. It is like pushed in, and it has like these strange demonic horns coming out of the sides of its face, and its eyes are completely clawed out.
Yep, I thought it had a pig head. Good to know I was wrong.
So you use your own blood to summon Deragaz.
Yes, that is the source of our bond. And you, Clara said yours is named Merolethia. Bring her forth.
And Kai will say in his head, your decision.
And you just hear, like, it's strange hearing someone sigh telepathically. But then...
And I'll say, like, in my head, like, if you choose not to, I understand. However, you see what's happening.
Like, popping up on your shoulder to the side of you is smaller and not as, shall we say, concrete or, like, material. Like, it's far more spectral. It's just, like, this small kind of, like, faded blue spirit of a dragon kind of makes itself... It forms itself next to you. Deragaz. And Formith just looks down at you both and goes, so I'm not the only one anymore.
It appears
You
not.
have a choice to make. You fly with me against Niv Mizzet, or I take your power to bolster my own fight against him. Either way, you're helping me. As a fellow Ascendant, you know you have no choice.
So, this is out of character. I believe we have talked before. Isn't Niv Mizzet the one that kind of, like, brought on the death of the rest of the dragons?
He killed all of them.
Niv Mizzet is the only
against
quote
So,
unquote
like,
only remaining dragon, he committed a genocide against every other dragon.
and he runs the Is It League.
well,
Mhm.
yes, I knew that much. This is just, I feel like we did talk about this before, but it was a long time ago.
Yes. Merolathia has shared this history with you before. Like, that's not a surprise that...
I know I've made a point of saying I want to ask Merolathia, like, everything they know about their past, and this was one of the things I remember.
This is one of the things that they know.
Alright. Back in character. I will speak up and say, well, I know one of those options allows me to stay alive, and the other is a possibility of my own death anyway. However, I'm going to opt to, not be killed here and now.
Then you are to prove your strength is worth more in life than it is in death.
You see your own power. You know I can get there too, and we can both get stronger than we are now. Whatever I could provide you, imagine double that if I were to get to your point as well.
Give me a persuasion check.
See, I thought he would say, you need to prove yourself. Roll for initiative.
I am trying very hard not to fight this man.
I have music queued up in case you fail.
Persuasion, not perception.
Okay.
You know what? We can keep the same roll. What's your bonus
I
for
was about to say,
persuasion?
we used to roll the persuasion, unfortunately, as a -1 as opposed to a +5.
Oh,
So
Yeah, a 14 and a 20 are quite a bit different.
when you're not a charisma-based character.
yeah, I play so many. This is not
Oh,
one.
man.
I don't
So that is a
doubt
14.
I don't doubt your potential for growth. It's a question of whether that is fast enough to be worth it, as opposed to simply, well, I'm sure Merolathia has heard of me before.
How long did it take you to reach the form that you have now?
Years.
In a matter of weeks, days even, I have reached where I am now.
Then
Great point.
show me
Say
your
whatever you
strength. Having the specter appear comes with the initial bond. She is not manifested yet. This does not prove anything. All that means is that it's been only a few days since the bond has occurred. In which case, you better have some good starting strength to make it worth it for me.
And then he just does a little karate move.
Honestly,
He
I
just
will,
gets into the
like,
Korean position.
not dissimilar from that. I will remove his goggles, and just get out his dagger and get into a fighting stance.
Oh, and sprout the wings. Sprout the wings.
And, you know what? He will go full Bruce Lee. He will take off the robe, like, leaving his, like, chest and back exposed. And be, like showing the scales on his back, his eyes, and the dagger.
Ugh.
Everyone's like, This took a turn.
And he also had no underwear on, so he is just fully in the nude now.
Perfect.
As any
It's
true
just like-
dragon should be.
What's going on?
Kai, we can see your dragon.
Well, because of that, if this is a combat, I know who I'm helping, and it ain't you anymore.
Good thing Clara went to bed. She's too young to see this.
I don't want to see that anymore.
Give me either a performance or an intimidation check, whichever you prefer.
Neither.
If you can think of a different one that you think would be better, you're welcome to propose it.
Intimidation using Dex because it's its attack ability.
Actually, you know what? I am going to go with intimidation because I didn't realize my background gave me
Yeah.
Good job.
He takes a pose and goes, ah.
His arm gets stuck in his sleeve as he's trying to get his cloak off.
Voice cracks as he does like a
Behold my power!
You can tell he's in puberty.
You know,
What?
you,
This is only
you-
1% of my power, man!
you strip down, get into your fighting stance, and then he glances down and says, "You must be a grower, not a shower." And then he also takes he takes the greatsword that's on his side and he goes, "Don't worry. If you can last a few rounds, that'll be enough." Roll initiative.
God damn it. I
You
was trying
tried,
so
but
hard.
you tried, but a nat 1.
I know.
This is just Kai participating, right?
He
It
made
is whoever wants to roll initiative.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
say.
all roll initiative if you like. You
From
don't
a
have to do
metagame
anything on your
perspective,
turn.
anybody can roll it, but you can
Damn.
to let this be just us.
I tried to throw a song on and didn't play it.
I am
Oh, well.
giving no indication to anybody
Wow,
else.
these
what
are
I
like the
wanted.
worst fucking initiative rolls I've ever seen.
And then there's Escher and Fox.
Yeah, you were saying.
Actually, I guess Fox and Gideon still not fantastic, but Escher is 16's respectable.
Hello. I didn't realize I was muted. I did try to say this, that I slapped Kai on the back to give him advantage on initiative. I'm not sure if you want to count that since I was muted. Didn't realize it, but
Yeah, if you wanted to change that from Fox to Kai beforehand, that's fine.
yeah, because literally I can do it whenever. It just takes away the previous one.
So Fox, your new initiative is a 4 based on your first roll, and then Kai, you can roll one more time, and you'll either keep the 8 or take the higher. A 9. You did it, bud.
What? That's
Yes.
a flat 9. Doesn't he add
that
his
is a flat
dexterity to
9.
that?
Sorry, I just rolled a flat d20 because I didn't scroll up for the modifier.
What is your bonus to initiative?
It is in fact a +3.
So you're tied with Gideon then.
Yeah.
All right, Kai, you see as he kind of growls at you, and Daragaz kind of forms back into Formith. And as you sprout your wings, Meralathia kind of fades and goes back into your body to become your draconic features as well. Escher,
Just fuck her in.
you are the first to react as you see this fight about
we?
to break up.
Are we
break
doing
up.
this at 9:30?
That's also a really good point. We're gonna pick up on initiative order next session.
I was gonna say, I could do something if we want, but
No, that is a really good point.
If I was hosting, I would say we continue, but I do have to drive home.
This is fair.
Yeah. No, this is a good
then
place to call the session. Yeah, I know you weren't trying to. I know you were trying to avoid a fight, but a nat 1 on the
there's nothing
roll.
I can do if the dice give me the 5% chance to fail completely.
Hey, it's not that I wanted this to happen. The dice wanted this to happen.
Yep.
Sure.
He's right, you know.
Okay, as is tradition, I'll probably be on the drive home, but I'm gonna go.
Sounds good. I'm gonna cut the stream.
Bye.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Justin.
Bye.